contribution from all the classes. Okay, I will talk about one of the mechanisms that are behind the virtual agent that Luis already presented. And this is related with the last question, how the behavior of the virtual agent is generated to motivate the interaction with the user during the daily sessions that we are planning for the treatment of the person. I will concentrate only in one of these components because there are many parts of the virtual agent modules that we call the cognitive emotional module. Well, the main objective is to produce the affective reactions in the virtual agent while interacting with the user. I divide the talk in 5 main points. I don't know if everybody can hear me. Yes? Okay. In the first point, I will talk about virtual agents and more focused in mental health. So we are already here some applications of this technology in the treatment of mental health problems. Then I will talk about the theoretical roots that we are using in our work. Then how we design and develop this particular component. Then a little bit about the integration with the rest of the components, and finally what are the current and further work that we will plan to do in the project. Okay, broadly speaking, a virtual agent is just an enhanced tool for human-computer interaction. I think everybody of us already have seen some web pages with some nice virtual characters to help us in decide what to buy, mainly on online store services. And the main aim of this technology is to support and better engage the users with the use of a specific background applications. But the construction and development of this kind of technology have some problems that we already described. For example, this should be not annoyance or disturb unnecessary to the user while interacting with the background application, and then some kind of intelligence is required. So to design this kind of technology, there are many multidisciplinary interaction with researchers, mainly use the last findings from artificial intelligence, computer graphics and animation, the work that Luis already described, and also the theoretical roots of many of these virtual agents are from psychology and cognitive science. The use of virtual agents in mental health is a relatively new application of this technology, and currently there are more questions than answers that direct the research in this topic. One of these questions is what are the main therapeutic approaches and diagnostic categories that would particularly benefit from the use of this technology? Or, quite contrary, if there are any therapeutic approach that could be inappropriate or contraindicated the use of this technology. This is very important because it is a nice technology for certain applications, but in the use of mental health, we need to be sure about how to design and how to produce the behaviors when interacting with the users. What are the main features and functionalities required to get better agent-augmented psychotherapy? And last but not less important, what are the ethical questions that need to be addressed by researchers and practitioners in the development and application of this technology? Okay, from when we start the design of the virtual agent, we make some literature review about what would be the most important features that a virtual agent user in mental health should have. These are some of the main points that we find that these points were complemented with the information from the clinicians get from the focus group. The first point is related with the face as the interface. If we want to enhance and improve the adherence of the user with the system, then the face should be very careful in the design because it is the main channel to conduct the trust and variability between the system and the user. The phase, as Luis already explained, it was a process to decide what was the optimum phase to create. The second point is related with the user modeling. It's important to recognize in the user what it is doing, or what is the evolution that it has during certain period of time. So we need this information to create a user modeling that serves as the basis for the reactions of the virtual agents. The third point is related with natural language abilities. This is one of the current big challenges in dialogue, natural dialogue interaction. However, meaningful intervention can still be designed without full natural language understanding. In our project, we are generating the dialogue in the virtual agent, but the input from the user are mainly from the keyboard. Empathy is also described as an important point when interacting with the user. That means that the affective reaction in the virtual agent should be according with the detected mood or emotion in the patient. This will be increase the acceptability and the adherence of the user to the virtual agent. And finally, the personality. This functionality provides a long-term persistence over the behavior of the virtual agents. In our project, from the clinical focus groups, there were some preferences about that one virtual agent should be more neutral while interacting with the user, and other patients say that it should be useful if the virtual agent behaves more friendly, more near in the dialogue when interacting. Okay, the theoretical roots of our work is one of the psychological theories of emotion. In particular, we have selected because in the literature many virtual agents are implemented using this psychological theory, and there are many tools that we are using to produce our cognitive emotional module. This particular theory is the cognitive appraisal theory, where the key concept of this theory is that the emotions are produced in a person from the permanent assessment and evaluation of the events that happen in the environment of the person. So there are some computational architectures of emotion based on this cognitive appraisal theory, and this is one of the main architectures that we are using. It's called the Fatima architecture. That it was a evolutive architecture developed in 3 different projects. The main original objective of this architecture was to create virtual agents, to create scenarios where bullying situations are developing, just to show to the user how to react or how to behave in this kind of particular situations. The appraisal, the theory that it is particularly implemented in this architecture is known as the OCC model. This OCC model, the main contribution is that form a structure of emotions according to the goals and actions of the agents that are interacting in a virtual environment. For example, if an event occurs in the environment of the virtual agent and this event is desirable, highly desirable for the virtual agent, and also he evaluates that is desirable for the other agent that is interacting, then the happy for emotion is produced. This is just a proposal because, well, there is a lot of discussion about if there exists a set of basic emotions, but this is just one proposal based on the appraisal theory of emotion. Here we have the production, for example, of the happy for. We have also negative emotions, that it is the pity, if there is evaluated negative the event that occurred in the environment of the agent. There is also some other emotions like pride, admiration. All these emotions depends of how the events are assessed in the environment of the user.